Hey guys, this is Marina and you're watching your monthly forecast for Cancer for the period between the 20th of March and the 19th of April. Basically, this is the period when we have the transit sun entering Aries. So all of this time, during this whole month, the transit sun is in Aries, which for you will be in your 10th house. And this is a great time, really. This is probably one of the most beneficial periods for your career during the whole year. The transit sun can transit your house only once a year. So now is the time of the year when you should be really focused on your work and your career. And you may achieve some great results. Your efforts can be rewarded because 10th house is the house, where our actions, our efforts are visible and noticed by other people. This is the place when, the house where we attract attention, where we are rewarded for our efforts. So the transit sun in 10th house suggests that now is a great time for you to start some new projects related with your work, to be really concentrated on this area of your life. And especially on 27th, when we have also a new moon in Aries in your 10th house, it brings a very intense and focused energy. And this energy is related with very beneficial for starting some new things related with your work, because Aries is the sign of the pioneer, of the person who starts something, who initiates something. So this is the time when you can initiate something in your work, in your career. Don't expect other people to come and ask you, hey, do you want to do that? Or are you ready for this project? It's not the right strategy for you. Right now, you need to be the one who makes the first step, who contacts the people that you need, or the authority figures even, because 10th house is also related with some kind of bosses, managers, or all kind of authority figures. And right now you can really communicate with them. You can find a way even to be, for some people, they can be promoted, or they can achieve a higher social status, because also 10th house is related with that. So your actions right now are really important for your future. And especially the first 10 days of this period, so between the 20th and the 31st of March, this around 10 days, we have so many planets in Aries. We have the Sun, we have also a new moon in Aries, and we have Mercury, Venus, and Uranus. They're all in Aries. And this is a lot of fire energy, a lot of cardinal energy, which is all related with taking initiatives and starting something new. So just, devote yourself totally to your ideas and your projects, because now is the time that you can boost them, to things might just go very, develop in some way, in a very positive way for you. So generally we can say that career is really important for you. After that, on the 21st, we have the transit Mercury entering Taurus and your 11th house. So this will be a time when, for example, you can communicate more with other people for some kind of social activities. This is a very beneficial transit, and Mercury actually is a planet related with communication, and 11th house is also very similar to this energy. There is harmony between the energy of the house and the planet, which means that the influence can be very beneficial for all kinds of communications with people, some kind of group activities, people who are part of some kind of clubs, or clubs of people with similar interests or something like that. All kinds of these activities can be very beneficial for you right now. And of course, communicating more with your friends and just being more social. This is a great transit. After that, on the 3rd, we have the transit Venus going back to Pisces. And for you, this will be in your 9th house. So it suggests that you should be more careful in your activities related with education, related with traveling, and also with all kind of future goals that and long-term plans that you have. Because Venus, when Venus is retrograde, it suggests that there might be some kind of lack of harmony in this area of your life. Things may not be smooth, things may not be as simple as you would like them to be, or just they're unusual in some way. So you should be more careful regarding this area. Try to, for example, if you need to travel somewhere, you need to check everything, because some complications are possible and things may not be as smooth as you would like them to be. But generally this is not a really problematic transit, because also this sign is making a trine, positive aspect with your own sign, so it's not such a challenging energy for you. After that, on the 5th, we have the transit Saturn turning retrograde in Sagittarius, which for you will be in your 6th house. So Saturn and the transits of Saturn are related with lots of responsibilities, lots of obligations, tasks. You need to be really disciplined, really organized, and in this case it affects the area of your work, the area of your daily activities and schedule, and like the small tasks that you have on a daily basis. And the transit of Saturn being stationary around these few days suggests that there might be really lots of responsibilities in your work. You may need to take care for a lot of things, and in some way you may feel it like it can even restrict you in some way. For example, you may want to do something else, but your work tasks may not allow you to do everything that you want, for example. And of course, 6th house is also related with your health, so you may need to pay more attention on your health around these few days. After that, on the 9th, we have Mercury turning retrograde in Taurus, and for you it will be in your 11th house. So the retrograde Mercury is always related with the need to be more careful regarding everything which includes information, communication with people, including also travelings, including social contacts and stuff like that. So things may not be so smooth for you. And 11th house is related also with your communication with others. So generally it suggests this period requires from you to be more careful, to revision your ideas about these activities, to change something. On the other hand, the positive side of the retrograde Mercury is that it can bring something from your past, and it may turn out to be something positive and beneficial for you. So in this case, it may come from your friends, for example. They can remind you of some kind of idea that you have previously had, or you may have some kind of mutual activity related, including your friends. And now you can restart these actions. Now you can turn back to these ideas, and they can turn out to be beneficial, but only in case that you have started them previously. So generally Mercury and the retrograde, especially the retrograde period of Mercury, is a time when we need to be careful with contacts, with contracts, with travelings, information. And for you, it's mostly affecting your social activities and friendships. So after that, we have on the 11th, we have a full moon in Libra and Aries, which for you will fall in your 4th and 10th house. And the full moons are the time when we can achieve some kind of material results, visible results. some kind of materialization. So it's affecting again your career, which is 10th house, and also your family, your home environment, the people that you are living together with, or some kind of property issues. So, for example, you may decide to focus more on your career, and this may affect, this may lead to having less time to communicate with your family. Or the opposite also might be possible. You may need to spend more time at home, and that's why you may need, to just give up from some kind of plans that you have previously had regarding your work, regarding your career. So what else can you expect? Well, 4th and 10th house are actually the cardinal, one of the cardinal houses, which means that this is an important lunation for you when something related with your social reputation might be, really changed in some way. The full moons are the time when you can realize something and just switch from some kind of even opposite polarities in some way. And finally, on the 14th, we have Venus turning direct in Pisces. Generally, this should be, positive for all of us, because all kind of relationships should become smoother. People should be more, able to make compromises, to be, to live in harmony. And in your case, it's affecting mostly the area of your education, which is 9th house. For example, if you have previously had some kind of difficulties in some kind of education or a course that you have started, now things may improve for you, or something related with traveling even. Or the other option is that it can also affect positively your career, because most of the time when Venus was retrograde, it was in Aries, which was 10th house for you. So the turning of Venus and going back to its normal direction can affect positively your career. If things were not so smooth for you, if there were some challenges, there were lack of harmony in your career, some difficulties with authority figures, things should improve from now on for you, and they can actually start to be more beneficial. So these were the most important transits and indications for the period when we have the transits and in Aries. Generally, I would say that the month is really important for your career and your work, and you should really try to give your best and focus on all kinds of social activities and try to achieve all of your goals. Thank you very much for watching, and see you around.